Hey guys, it's Slumming Rush. Today I'm going to be doing some live gameplay in the M46 Patton. The purpose of today's video is going to be for a viewer who requested this vehicle specifically, and he kind of wanted to know how I go about playing this vehicle, so I thought I'd do some live gameplay on it, and we're actually on a really good map for this tank. It's Malinovka. Alright, so what I like to do on Malinovka, especially in a slower medium, which is what the M46 Patton is I like to go towards the hill, but I understand that the enemies are likely to get there before me, and I also understand that when they've got like two clickers or whatever, you're likely to be the prime focus. The M46, compared to a lot of vehicles, is actually really large. To an arty, it looks like a large target, so it's like, you have to be very careful about that type of thing, and we're going to be playing the hill with the prime understanding that people are probably going to get there first. So for example, the 55A, the Lorraine, the M4190GF are going to get to the hill before us, and then we're also probably going to get focused on by the GW Tiger, the GW Tiger P, and so we need to be playing arty safe, and we also need to just sort of be aware that they're likely to be in stronger positions than we are by the time we get there. So those are the two main factors in playing this vehicle on a map like this. When you're playing the M46 in general, what you want to do is you want to focus on taking a lot of shots. You want to make sure they kind of go towards where your targets are going. The M46 has a lot of ammo, so you can totally afford to just take shots at people. So, for example, we can see the 422s in this area. I'm looking on the map, of course, to take these shots. And it's like, you might as well take these shots at the beginning of the game, because if you hit one, that's an extra 400 damage. It's like there's likely to be tanks there, and this thing's great on shooting on the move anyways. So, you know, you can use the aspects of the American medium to do this type of thing. And if you get lucky and hit someone, you know, you've got 390 alpha, so it's great. Anyways, the CDC gets spotted. There's also an SU. We're just going to auto aim. We're going to take shots on the move. I'm going to be, like I said, driving towards the hill. Because of the way my team has positioned themselves, what you'll see is we've got a lot of campers. It's the fast tanks that are camping. We're going to assume we're going to be at a disadvantage when we get to the hill. So the primary thing, we know they've got a 55A. The primary thing is going to be driving into the 55A so he's not hulled down. The 55A is going to be kind of up here by the time we're there. So it's like if he's hulled down, we're just going to have to drive into him. We don't want to get stuck on this ramp. That's where we'll get clicked and shit like that. And so in a 46 Patton, you don't want to let that happen. So, of course, I need to make sure these guys don't camp on the rock, because it's very common for heavies to camp back here. But assuming they're not, I'm going to be aggressive on the hill. I'm going to try to scare anyone who's trying to control this ridge back. And if we can manage to do that, we should be pretty set, actually, based on... I mean, we've got a lot of people camping, but if we win the hill, it should be a good thing. So, I'm going to take the windmill, because that's where I have to be arty safe. And we'll see what pops up, really. Okay. Did they just give us the hill? Are you kidding? Oh, right. There's a tree. We just saw a tree right there. Okay, so what I think's happened, and I think, you know, based on our team, I think basically they're mirroring our team, but on their side of the map. So we know they've got no one onto the hill. It's very likely that their heavies are still driving into position. And so what's probably going to happen is there's going to be tanks on this ramp who are driving into position. But we can also assume that there's going to be a ton of tanks camping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this bush because we've won the hill. I'm going to try to use the view range of this vehicle to spot people. Generally, it's like if heavies are really late and just being stupid, you can kind of spot them here. It's easier to do in a light tank, but given the timing of this game and so on, it's like this seems to be a really reasonable position. Now, if anyone shoots in this area, we'll spot them as well, and that's why this position is so great. And, you know, nothing's happened. Okay, so this is... I'm going to give some advice in general for what you do when the enemy team are camping and what you do when your team are camping. On a map like Malinovka, this is when... it's Malinovka, it's not proc. This is when Scout... Oh, there's a low here. One sec. We know there's a low in this area. This is the type of thing I mean. I think he's based on the map, right? I'm lining this line up here. I'm assuming he's on this rock. I'm going to take a shot. And if you look at the map here, there's obvious... There you go. We hit the low, right? So that's the type of thing you can do. And it's like, because this thing carries 50 shells, it's totally reasonable to take these shots. I don't know if that one went in. He might have been unspotted or whatever. But basically what you have to do when the enemy team is camping like this, and also when your team is playing similarly, is you can't kill yourself. You have to understand this is going to be a 15-minute game or whatever, and the plays happen a lot slower. You have to play in line with how your team is playing. And so when we've got half of our team literally not on the hill, I'm not going to push down the hill into campers. That would be a bad idea. So we're going to take this game really cautiously. You know, there's 1390 here. Probably like here. He's moving, so this one's really unlikely, actually. The 1390's like this, running away, right? So not even going to try. It might get me spotted, and that's not worth the risk. But as I was saying, it's like we're down 3 tanks. Our team is camping. Their team is camping. When their team is camping with more tanks than we have, we can't go pushing into them. So a lot of this is going to be a waiting game, shooting at people who take stupid shots while they're sitting in the open, and hoping our shots go in even when they're fully aimed and shit like that. That's all that we can do for now. So this 55A, he's driving to the right. Let's try to get that one to go in. I mean, I did get lucky and I hit the low, but that one should have gone in as well. It is what it is. We're down to 12 AP shells, but really, who cares? I have a lot of credits. Fuck. Okay. Gonna be running out of credits soon. But, you know, it's like we're gonna have to control the hill. We're gonna have to look for shots, and this is always where the challenge in this game comes in. It's like they've got 14 tanks. None of them have proceeded past anywhere. And, you know, if we push into this WZ who's held down, he's going to spot us for the rest of the campers, and they're going to win the game. So, yeah, the biggest threat right now is that the enemies kind of push across the field and that we push into them and die. And so if they push across the field, I'll be going back to base to reset the cap or whatever. We're just going to go get shots on people who get spotted stupidly, though, from the hill, and that's pretty much the best we can do. So, obviously, we see that the 55A's moved out back. We do have the 252 right here. I'm going to focus on the 252 because he's the bigger threat, in my opinion, based on his positioning. We see the 55A's moving up, and so I should have shot at the 55A, of course, because that's actually a really strong play from him. But, you know, there's not much we can do. Well, a lot's happening at once, actually. Okay, so this WZ's pushing up, and that when the enemy push up, like this WZ is doing so, you need to retake this position here. Obviously, we've had a lot of people who have left that position just because the WZ, you know, no one's needed to stay here. So what I'm doing is I'm going back into this position. This will put the WZ in a crossfire and should hopefully support my teammate IS3A. Now, this is a really risky play because I'm pushing into the open. Yeah, that's why this is risky, right? So I'm in the open now for the arty, for all the campers and shit like that. So what I have to do is I almost have to fall back and pretty much, let's see. Good, we got a shot in, help that IS. Are we done here? Fuck. Literally, this is... The title of this video is going to be Campers. Okay, so I'm going to help out this IS-3. I need to get a shot into the WZ to turn him into a one-shot. If we can just control the hill, we increase our chances of winning by a lot. This guy hopefully will drive into my shot. The Arty manages to click him. Good, that one goes in, it low rolls. I'm going to let Arty finish that guy off because it's not worth me opening myself up to the SU-130 and the other clickers here. Going to let Arty kill the WZ, and then we're going to have to deal with this Oho, who's also working on taking the hill. So, lots going on. I need to figure out how to deal with the Oho. I'm hoping that I can sit in bushes and just not get spotted, because obviously if I get lit, Arty will wreck me. There we go, I'm spotted. We can assume the WZ's going to start to flank us. This guy just fired. He's a 3-shot for me. Gonna go for the boobs on his tank. Perfect. Gonna put one more shot into him, and then from then on he's probably gonna be loaded, right? So we're gonna go for the lower plate. We do have gold loaded here, of course, and as he drives into us, we are gonna try to finish him off. I just want to hug this so I don't die to the clickers. This guy's continuing to drive into us. Just gonna go for the quick shot. He fired, did 300. I'm actually gonna be able to repair before he's reloaded, and reload before he's reloaded. That will allow us to finish him off. We still have this one-shot WZ right here. So what I'm gonna do... Is this guy gonna get him? Otherwise, I'd just load HE and finish him off. Good. Okay, they're capping out. I'm not gonna leave the hill, and I'm gonna hope they get off cap so I can continue to do damage rate. There you go. They did get off cap, or we gotta reset, you know? Oh, fuck. That's HE. Are you kidding? I'm an idiot. Okay, that one missed, so I'm okay that it was HE. I kind of want to get safe because I'm worried I'm going to get clicked. I just want to get unspotted. I have 30 seconds left in this game to try to do as much damage as I can. So really, I'm not under much pressure. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this bush here. That's going to hopefully allow me to shoot at this guy without getting lit. Okay, I did get spotted, but we did manage to put a shot into him. We're up to 3,200 damage as it is, and we are actually the last guy alive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall back. This guy's driving into me, so... Fuck. I was hoping maybe I could survive this one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here. The second I get lit, I'm going to get clicked, right? But... Are you kidding? This is where I get artied, right? Okay. That is what it is. That's kind of how you have to... Fuck. Their whole team camped, and we all camped. Like, most of our team camped and we still lost. That sucks. It is what it is, though. I did 3,200 and my team lost by however many tanks. I think 11 kills is how much we lost by. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so as you can see, that was 45,000 credits, 606 XP, 3210 damage. That put us top on the team for damage and experience, and you can see just by surviving we actually increased our damage by a huge amount. We kind of let the enemies come towards us. We also made plays assuming the enemies would get on cap, because generally speaking the no cap kill all mindset does work. So if I were to rush back to base to try to reset a cap, it would have just got me killed anyways. So hoping they would get off cap was the right thing to do. That allowed me to get a bit more damage, and if I had hit shots on the 55A, you know, it would have been a 4k damage game. So that's the game. We lost quite a few credits, but it's an M46 pad, and that's how the cookie crumbles when you're playing this vehicle. And yeah, I hope this video is helpful. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.